Yes, yes, yes. We are back. You hear my background. We got some classic battle rap. Some classic battle rap for you. Classic battle rap for my people. I know people been asking me, Kate, where's the battle rap? Korey Buckets, where's the battle rap? All my battle rap fans just hit me up like, we like the platform, we like the new format. But where's the battle rap? You know, we love to hear your commentary on the battle rap. So I said, why deny the people? Even if there are no great classics being made right now, as of right now, I do believe the culture will be back. We wanted to start highlighting more of the classic battles that we forgot. Some of the more great battles that probably not even vaulted, but they've done well on YouTube and people have just gone on to other battles and they're watching what's coming out currently. And so they've moved on. So we're going to start going back to some of those battles and revisiting that. This week we got an actual sponsor. Shout out to Shay Van R, financial entrepreneur. Link will be in the description. She's getting families, pockets, individuals, everything together. She's doing amazing work. Shay can help you get your life insurance, help you get your life together. Shoot, she might be able to get you a little job to make something happen. So definitely shout out to Shay. Link in the description. We support the grind and we support great things. Shout out to Shay. But we got a great show. We got a great show this week. We're going to be going from the new to the old, to the old to the new, and all that different stuff that we do here on Crush Mics. So we're glad to have y'all back. I'm your host, Korey Buckets, a.k.a. K. We are here. So let's get on with the show. First topic, balls versus bands. Balls versus bands. What are we talking about? Ludacris versus Jeezy. We got great albums. We got great mixtapes. We got great ball work. We got both brothers have been successful financially. They've done well. Georgia, you know what? Shout out to Georgia, man. Y'all gotta be proud of y'all boys. Y'all gotta be proud of y'all boys. You gotta be so proud of these guys. They have done some remarkable stuff for the state of Georgia and hip hop. The state of hip hop. But not just Georgia, but the culture. Ludacris with the elite bar set. He's been on great songs. He's had great songs that he's actually done. He's had some great albums. The Chicken and Bears, probably my favorite. I love that. Who doesn't love Eric? I got pros. I love the radio version. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. But when they said, I got pros, and we know what they're really saying. Hoes in different area codes. Come on, man. Area. Yeah, my bad. I digress. Then we got Jeezy. The trap. I am the trap. Yeah, I am the trap. Yeah. You know what that? Yeah. We got to talk about this on Crush Mics because, you know, we salute. But we got to keep it a buck here. Pun and no pun intended. We did first hear Freeway say that. Freeway from Philadelphia Freeway. Yeah. He was the first one we heard with that ad-lib. Jeezy, you think you slick. You my God, but you think you slick. You stole that from Freeway. Freeway was the first person I heard say that. Freeway was the first person we heard say that. Even though what we do was wrong. Oh, my bad. I digress. But I can't lie, Jeezy. We going, you know what I'm saying? Hot line, hot song, you know what I'm saying? You really took that, yeah. Oh, your ad-lib game. I really want to get, you know what? Big Lamborghini salute. Jeezy, I think really you don't get enough credit because I really feel like on the Lambo salute, you were really the pioneer or one of the pioneers of the ad-libs just standing out and making that a staple in your ball work. I don't think you get enough credit for that, but you really were the guy to me where when I listened to the music the first time, And I was like, his ad-libs seemed like they turned up a little bit, but they fire. Chill. Like, yeah, nah, Jeezy, you's a playboy. You's a playboy for that. Playboy salute. You know what I'm saying? Playboy salute. We respect that. But we think about Ludacris bar work. He was on Major Look remix. Of all the people that Nas could have put on that joint, the fact that he put Ludacris on there with boss spitters like Jada Kids, and he's on there with Godson, Queen's Godson, you know what we do for Nas, man. You know where you're from. Just mentioning him. Just mention him. You know, I'm Godson. I say I'm Godson too. T-O-O. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nas. Shout out to Nas. My God. But yeah, I digress. Who are we gonna give it to on the platform, man? We got Jeezy with the crazy gangster grills. Gangster gristles. Shout out to Drama. I am the trap. The trap or die joint. Bars. Jeezy got bars too. Bars versus bands. Who we gonna? R.I.P. cause we killed the club. R.I.P. cause we killed the club. R.I.P. Man, that joint was crazy. Pockets on Samoans. I need Samoans. Come on, man. Stop fronting on Jeezy. Jeezy's fire. Jay Billis, NCAA basketball analyst. If you follow him on Twitter, you know there's not one day that he gets on Twitter that in the morning he doesn't post a Jeezy quote, and then at the end of it he say, I gotta go to work. I love that, man. I love that. That's just, even when, if you remember the versus battle when it was Jeezy versus Guap. You know what I'm saying? Guwap. When they went in the versus battle, seriously, you definitely saw Duke basketball in there quoting in the actual battle, like in the comments in the chat. So come on, man. What is Duke basketball doing there? And it was all Jeezy love. So you know that was Jeezy. So on the platform though, who we going with, man? Bars, both got the bands. Both, you know what I'm saying? They get the ladies, they do what they do. I think Ludacris is married now. Jeezy was married. We ain't gonna go there. But yeah, who do we got? Who had the greatest impact on the culture? Who do the supporters do you really feel like had to put the peach on their... That was kind of crazy. We ain't gonna go there. But who do we feel like really put Atlanta on in what they were doing? Like influenced the culture, influenced hip hop, and pushed it forward. Crush Mike's platform, what does it come down to? Balls versus bands, Jeezy versus Ludacris, Jeezy versus Ludacris, Jeezy versus Ludacris. We gotta give it to Jeezy, man. We gotta give it to Jeezy. Listen, man, Jeezy running around with BMF. It's known low. You know what I'm saying? We like Jeezy, man. We like Ludacris too. Ludacris is dope. You know, let's not. Ludacris has been in movies, all that stuff. He's a really incredible guy. Even in features he did with Usher, the Lovers and Friends that had him at the Super Bowl, like incredible artist. But look, man. We like to transition trappers and people who have really done it for us. You know what I'm saying? And really made the culture just go crazy. So on Curse Mike platform, we gotta give it to Jeezy. Next topic. New York versus NJ. Mixtape King. Joe Budden versus Fabolous. Mood Music versus the Soul Tapes. Controversial subject. I saw quite a few surveys, polls if you may, pause that, where they would talk about this on Twitter. And it was split. It was split. You had your Fab fans, you had your Budden fans. Everything I saw was always like 50-50. So I felt like this was a great topic for us to discuss on Crush Mics. Now, I gotta give a shout out, major shout out, and we gotta give him the round of applause. D-Melo Jones. If it wasn't for D-Melo Jones, I gotta say, I probably would have never known about how fire Joe Budden was in terms of these Mood Music mixtapes. I think he had about 4.5 of these Mood Music mixtapes. I went through the catalog, listened to every single song backwards and forwards. And I gotta give D'Angelo Jones his respect. He was right. Joe Budden is crazy. Those songs were intricate. A lot of them he was spitting over 5 and 6 minutes. Great features, great selection of beats. A lot of the songs were really heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? He really hit on some major topics, societal topics, things he was going through. I really appreciate Joe Budden. And I feel like people need to support Joe Budden, the artist, as much as they do, if not more than they do his actual platform that he's on. And shout out to his platform that he does with another great Queens guy, Queens Flip, Cake. We always got to shout out to anybody from Queens. You always winning when you from Queens. I digress. I'm sorry. I'm never sorry, but when it comes to Queens, definitely not. But anyway, who wins this battle? Mood Music versus Soul Tapes. Fabolous Soul Tapes. Some of them joints went mainstream. Them Slick, girl, you got me. Them Slick was crazy. All of them Soul Tapes was crazy. The ball work's elite. You know, Fabolous. The ladies love Fab. You know what I'm saying? I can't front like Joe Budden. Don't get the baddies too. He put some baddies in rotation too. But Fabolous, I would say, probably made a greater living for that flashy ball work. The fashion guy. I've never seen him wear the same thing twice. Never seen him wear the same kicks even remotely close. Just does it for the culture, and he looks like New York every trip. And his ball work is what we like in New York. The slick talk with the punchlines. Very confident, teetering over cocky, but never going over. Over cocky was kind of crazy. Pause. That was crazy. I digress. But yeah, Fabolous, elite spitter. I would say pretty much I've almost never heard anything weak that Fabolous has done. Even the Viola's, knock it down, shoot it, knock it down, run away, fade away, shoot it, knock it down, fade away. That was my joint. Told the buster like an AK. Told the buster like the AK. Shoot it. My bad. I just love that joint. But yeah, Soul Tape versus Mood Music. Who had the greatest impact on the culture? Who do we think wins in this one? Mood Music versus Soul Tape. Mood Music versus Soul Tape. Joe Budden's, I will give it to you. Not like that. That was crazy. But I will give you the credit. In intricacy of bars, the depth of bars, we're going to give you that without question. But when we talk about impact, what those Soul Tapes did, how they really shifted the culture, how some of the things he was doing on those Soul Tapes made other artists want to switch up and do more Soul Tape kind of vibe things, and just really how the people were really getting with those Soul Tapes at just a remarkable level. We gotta give it to Fab on this one, man. We gotta give it to Fab on this one. Shout out to Joe though. Next topic. Sexy Red versus Glorilla. The battle of the most ratchet with the ratchet. The most ratchet with the ratchet. You know, we go from new to old to new and all that good stuff in between. These two right here, they grew on me. Because when their music first came out, anybody can tell you, even D'Angelo Jones, I was like, But I'm not going to lie, both of them grew on me, and I think they both dope artists. I think they both have a great contribution to hip-hop. This topic of the ratchet with the ratchet, they both talk greasy. They both do crazy things. They both keep you entertained. Sexy Red getting out of the hospital was fresh from dropping a baby. She in the joint just twerking all around the room. Just music bumping, get in the car, just twerking. Got the maternity gown, just twerking. You got that stamp from Champagne Poppy. You know anybody that Drake salutes and Drake stamps just goes crazy. Anybody he stamps Drake, I'm trying to say Drake and Cake, you know what I'm saying? We could do a mixtape and you know what I'm saying? The boy could take this. I'm just saying. Have your people get with my people and we could, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I digress. Sexy Red versus Glorilla. Glorilla. Listen, man. Glo, you my girl about now. Like, you've done some amazing things. Whoever that DJ was that put Get 'em Glo on top of What Up Gangsta just put you in my favorites category. Like, that just put you in the, and like Cam put me on, and then when I heard it, I didn't know what he was talking about when I was watching It Is What It Is. Shout out to Cam Mason, Stat Baby. I didn't know what he was talking about when he kept on saying Cuban on Cuban until I heard the Get It Glo, Get 'em Glo. Yo, I like that joint. On top of the What Up Gangsta. And just your whole energy, man. You just got winning energy. Like, the whole Dame thing, when you like, who is this? Because I won him, blah, 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 blah. Like, I love that kind of confidence. I love that kind of ability. I love that, to bring that into the fold. I love that you got that kind of energy. That was just impressive. So, yeah, Glo, we really like what you're doing. Sexy Red, we really like what you're doing. You're bringing the appeal, you're bringing the energy, you're bringing the entertainment to the entertainment world. Because I think that's sometimes what people don't account for enough, is that this is entertainment. It's entertainment. We're here to entertain people when what we do with music. It's not just about the bars. It's not just so much about the songs, because that's only a small portion. You being able to entertain people, you being able to keep people like, what they gonna do? What they gonna say? What they gonna wear? That is a very big part of being an entertainer, being a celebrity, being a star. So regardless of how you might feel, man, it's a little bit too ratchet. We don't care about that. We don't care about the Crush Mics. Who are we going to give it to this week on Crush Mics? Whose mic got crushed? Sexy Red Glorilla. Sexy Red Glorilla. Sexy Red. You know what it comes down on Crush Mics? There was a Queen's influence and a Queen's impact there with Glorilla with that What Up Gangsta? And she just got that energy. Like, we do like you, Sexy Red. Them joints is banging and you're doing your thing. Fresh out of maternity. Shout out to the new baby. But we gotta give it the Glo. Next topic. Who was more believable? Last weekend, I was watching some classic movies. I went by Ray, and I also saw Malcolm X. And it made me realize how dope, how exceptional Denzel Washington was in Malcolm X, and how exceptional Jamie Foxx was in Ray. I read something that said that Jamie Foxx actually had something that made him blind during that actual whole movie. And I think that's even more remarkable, that he was actually put himself in Ray's shoes. Rest in peace to the great Ray Charles. That he actually put himself in Ray Charles' shoes to be able to empathize with him and to really play the role. And he was singing the music. Like, who's doing that? Like, that just took it to, as my pops would say, took it to another level. Shout out to my pops, man. Big cake. But yeah, Malcolm X though. Malcolm X, man, you know what? We gotta give a shout out to Spike Lee, man. Spike, you get one of these, man. The cinematography in Malcolm X, specifically the scene where Malcolm feels like he's about to die, and he's going to do what he thinks is going to be, and actually was, his last speech at the nation, and how the screen just goes in different directions. You see the people talking about how his mind feels. He feel like he's in a daze, and he's all over in a haze, and it was just beautiful cinematography. There were points in that movie where you literally stopped watching Denzel Washington and felt like you were watching Malcolm X's life happen before you in real time. It made me, not being old enough to have been alive when Malcolm X was alive and doing what he was doing, proud to the people, but it made me feel like I was there. It made me feel like I was on the picket lines. It made me feel like I was out with the ratchet. Like I was fighting for it. It really made you feel some kind of way when you said he was doing what he could for his people, and it was portrayed as his people were the ones who took him down. So you gotta definitely be empathetic and definitely feel the plight of Malcolm X in the story. And then when we look at Denzel, or we look at Jamie Foxx, and what he showed is that, well, Ray Charles, I should say, and how Jamie Foxx was depicted in the role, how great he played. There's never an excuse in life. If you want to be great at something, a handicap of any nature, anything, it's never an excuse. You make it happen regardless. No matter what it is, you make it happen. And if you want to be great, you can still be great. What does it come down to on Crush Mics? What was more impactful to the people? What was really the thing? Hate to say it to y'all again. There were actual scenes of Malcolm X that were shot in Queens, man. It's back blocks by Ward Wilkins Park, where I did a whole lot of hooping growing up. The house scene, that was in Queens. It was very, very impressive. Jamie Foxx was just incredible. Just doing all that singing and all of that. I was touching the women's wrist. Like, oh no, you too big for me, baby. He had some bad ones. He had some real baddies. He had some real, G, give me money when I'm in need. And she's a trifling. Oh, my bad. I digress. Oh, she's a golden. Oh, my God. I got to digress for 2 seconds. Watching Northwest in Paris singing that, it's your bestie, Miss Bestie. Bless me. Yo, that was crazy. The crowd knew all the words. They knew every single line. Like, that was a proper digress. I had to digress for that. Like, she's just incredible. I think she's so dope. Kanye, you so dope for making it happen, man. Like, you know what? Kanye gets so much flack. We gotta give it to him for that, man. You gotta give it to him. That was just an impressive moment. For you to share the light with your daughter like that was just impressive. Because you didn't have to do that. Like, that was incredible. I thought that was incredible. So shout out to Kanye. But getting back to the topic. Who does we win? Who do we have winning? Whose mic got crushed? This segment. Was it Jamie Foxx or was it Denzel Washington? Ray versus Malcolm. Ray versus Malcolm. Ray. I'm sorry, Jamie. All that singing was great. The fact that you were blind and everything. Well, we got to give it to Denzel. We got to give it to Denzel, man. I literally almost wanted to drop a tear in that cinematic scene that I was watching before he died. I felt that. I just pause. That was crazy. Next topic. We got a very, very interesting one here. Told you, man, we've been into the classics lately. A lot of classics. So listen to the radio. These songs came on back to back. And I said to myself, what an amazing thing that is for those songs to come on back to back. Who out-sang the singer? Killing Me Softly versus I Will Always Love You. It's a horrible rendition. Rest in peace to the great Whitney Houston. Who out-sang the singer? We had Killing Me Softly, recorded originally by Roberta Flack, re-sang by Lauryn Hill, the Fugees Project. Then we have I Will Always Love You, originally sang by Dolly Parton, re-recorded by Whitney Houston, was on the Bodyguard soundtrack. Both incredible records. How Lauryn humbly sang that song, but gracefully, and just transitioned herself into the face of the Fugees with that. Like, that really stamped her and put her on the map to me as just an elite talent, an elite artist when she did that joint. And Whitney Houston doing the great acting that she did in The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner, then that wonderful soundtrack. And it's just incredible how those two songs, back in the day they said records, how those two records came together and what great artists they are. So it made us think, Who outsang the singer? Whose record was probably more impactful? Lauryn Hill was probably more CD when that Fugees came out, and Whitney was probably more record when hers came out. But relatively, who outsang the singer? Whitney had the golden voice, the golden pipes. Like, even today, I will say there's not a singer that could match the talent, just the pure talent that Whitney Houston has. Her ability to crush those notes like that. She has so many different vocal ranges. She could do it. She was effortless in her efforts of doing it. Like, she could probably sing like that in her sleep. Like, Whitney was just incredible. But to hear Lauryn sing that, killing me softly with his word, I didn't even know when I heard that originally that was somebody else's song. This is the same thing with I Will Always Love You. They sang those songs so well that I had to find out way after the fact that they were both actually re-singing renditions of other people's songs, because I hate to say, Roberta Flack and Dolly Parton, they took them songs over. Those are their songs. For the, you know what I'm saying, the hip-hop public and, you know what I'm saying, the popular culture got to say. But who are we giving it to on Crush Mics? Who do we feel crushed whose mic on this one? What they come down to, big for the culture, transition the culture, influence the culture. Whitney, we love you. Rest in peace. You're a great talent. We think you're incredible. But we got to give it to Lauryn Hill. Oh, my God. When they was in the video, when she was in the popcorn, and they were singing, ah! That, I'm just trying to tell you, she killed that joint. She just killed that joint. Like, we got to give it to Lauryn. Whitney was dope. Please scan all her music, make that go crazy, because she deserves that. She was just an incredible artist, and I don't want her to be forgotten in this time. But we got to give it a buck and give it to Lauryn Hill. Next topic. Another controversial topic. Very controversial topic. There was a time, the early 2000s, when you had two incredible songs that people were dancing all over the world to. Like, I mean, just like dancing all over to the world to. I would say one probably was a little bit more impactful in New York, which was the Webstar, featuring Young B. Chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. Like, that was just incredible. Like, all the little high school kids, all the high school girls, even adults, when you go to clubs, they was banging that joint. Like, I seen grown men doing a chicken noodle soup. That was a monstrous. That was just crazy. But Teach Me How to Dougie by Cali Swag District. It was major, man. Major. So much so, I remember seeing an NBA intro with John Wall doing the Dougie for his entire intro down to get onto the court. It's some of the most craziest stuff. You can look that up right now. I'll probably put the link in the description. John Wall, my man, he's a nut for that pause. Like, that's how big that record was. You got Dame Dollar. They got footage of him doing the Dougie all crazy. These two songs were incredible. And they were just going crazy and doing so many different things. The people were really took to these records. They had dances, both of them. The songs were just all over the radios, all over. Who we gonna give it to? Is it the Dougie or the chicken noodle soup? Chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup. Because you gotta think about it. That's a dance, that's a hit song, and a whole different menu flavor on the people eating. So that's the trifecta right there. Versus the great song with the dance. So this is going to be a tough one. This is really going to be a tough one. You know, I had to actually do a poll online to see what people thought before I even touched this. Before I even got to this on a Crush Mic opinion. I wanted to see what they thought. What did the people think? And I got to say, the greater majority of the people from region to region thought that the Dougie They thought the Dougie was the one. I'm not going to lie. But what does it come down to on this Crush Mike's platform? You had to be a Harlem man. You had to be at the Rucker. You had to be at Kingdom. You had to be at New York parties. You had to be near the high school. You had to be there to see the impact that this had on the city of New York. It had New York City in a chokehold when that song came out. Like, you had people of all ages, chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup, chicken. Like, it was crazy. So on this Crush Mike's platform, even though some of the people might have said the Dougie, we know the NBA, we got to give it to the chicken noodle soup, man. We got to give it to chicken noodle soup, man. I'm sorry. Webster and Young B, you went here. Next topic. White men can jump. Very interesting. White men got bounce. What are we talking about? Rest in peace, Mac Miller. Versus, I don't want, you can put your loving on me. Jack Harlow. Two white rappers. We not racist, but we call a spade a spade. Them boys got go. They ball work, they style, they soul. They might be white by complexion, but they soul and bounce is definitely of a different ethnicity. Mac Miller was playing all kinds of instruments. His ball work was exceptional. He had ball work like none other. Like Mac rapped like some of the Titans. If you go back to old classic Mac Miller albums, he could ball work with some of your Titans in ball working. And the fact that you could just talk to him and he'd be on a piano playing something and rapping, playing instruments, Mac was incredible. Harlow got what I consider the Drake motto flow. Like, he got a flow like I felt like Drake had on the motto, but he turned it into like a whole career. Harlow bounces just, that might be crazy to some people. But Harlow, the one joint he got, you can put your loving on me. I'm vanilla, baby. I'm never. Even Vanilla Ice, baby. It just wasn't as cool as this joint. Like, I had people, Spanish, Black, Chinese, everything banging this. Jay came to learn how. Like, he's just bar none. And I've heard other things on his project. And on his project, Harlow got bounce. He got flow. Like, Harlow got just great style. So, on this episode of Crush Mike's, who's it going to? Who we gonna give the award to? Whose mic gets crushed? Harlow versus Mac. Harlow versus Mac. Harlow, you dope. I love that joint. Love it. But Mac, when I went back to Mac Miller's music, he got catalogs of joints that just rock. Just rock. And then we did the Tiny Desk joint. He got a Tiny Desk joint. He got a Tiny Desk concert. Y'all got to check that out. I'm going to put that in the link in the description. The Tiny Desk that he did before he passed. Mac Miller was before his time, man. Mac Miller was just incredible. Rest in peace to Mac Miller once again. We got to give it to Mac Miller this. Next topic. Y'all already know what it is. We done got back to the classic battle rap. We've gotten back to the format because when it really came down to it, a lot of people were missing. They were missing out and missing when we were talking about battle rap. They were missing the classic battle rap. We missed a lot of the battle rap that used to go on. We missed it. We miss hearing that. We miss hearing the great, whether you watch Smack, whether it was UW, whether it was the ARP, we just miss great classic battles from anybody that's producing them. So this week we're talking about Conceited versus B Magic. Conceited from Wildin' Out versus B Magic from St. Louis. Conceited is, they say it's from Brooklyn, I hear it's from Florida, it's different things. But this was a great battle. When I tell you this was a great battle, this was a great battle because these were two punchlines. Two punchline guys, two punchline kings. So the battle of this punchline king, this was really major for them to have had this battle. So they could decide who was the guy, who was the punchline guy, who was really the guy who really stood out, that really should have been crowned the punchline guy, because that's what they were both known for. That's what they're both known for at the time. So got a few of the classic lines that I like. Shout out to Rap Genius for this. Got a lot of these from Rap Genius. How incredible they are for having this whole battle on their joint. Well, first round, B Magic. Am I the meanest? Show enough. Well, let's converse. I heard a Roan dissing. Converse. He a kiss. A converse. He'll be puffy trying to dance with me. Farnsworth. Non-burst PO nigga. I'm making con work. What? 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 Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's classic battle rap for you. That's classic battle rap for you. Then we had Conceited in the first round. You're going to see a bunch of ratchets and rednecks on Jerry. Remember, B Magic's first name is Jerry. Like the Springer Show. Twin guns. I fill drums, and you lift them both. I'm the type to raise up 2 black 4s to niggas like different strokes. What? I'm the type to raise 2 black 4s to niggas like different strokes. You got to be in a specific age bracket to even get that bar. Different strokes with the rich white dude uptown in Park Avenue, I say downtown in New York. He raised the 2 black kids, Arnold Drummond and Willis Drummond. Rest in peace to Gary Coleman. Like, that was just a big, major show in, I think, the late 70s, in the 80s. I caught it in like the 80s, 90s, but that was major. That was major. First round. We're just going to get a few classics in each round. Second round. B Magic. I'm from a place where they killed Mike. You should never land. From a place where they killed Mike, you should never land. I'm hot dog. If y'all grilling, you better scram. I pop corns if anybody in concession stand. Get your balls up, Mick Foley, with the damn 9. Why show a dude love if he ain't half a mankind? Woo! A step away from blowing up, because if I land mine, woo! That was crazy. Conceited. I'll get the max out like I'm lifting weights. You couldn't be next to Khan if you were a prison mate. I'll get the max out like if I'm lifting weights. You couldn't be next to Khan if you were a prison mate. Only thing you ever put on the meal was a dinner plate. And I'm just keeping it real like fishing bait. Woo! It's getting crazy. Third round. We got B Magic. I say fuck you. Yeah, I think con rapping is boring. You'll get clapping for performing. What you know about the smack in the dormant? You rap, but what a gat are you actually palming? I'm in a dump with the metal like the statue of Jordan. Woo! Conceited third round. So why would I ever worry about his simple raps? No URL, but you can get this Mac. That means I got 10 for you, like Reynolds rap. So stop the chitty chat, nigga, you don't lift the strap. And got guns slinging. You got none singing like Sister Act. So stop the chitty chat, nigga, you don't lift the strap. And got guns slinging, You got none singing like Sister Act. Woo! The timing of them bars. That was when, rest in peace, Eric Gardner got choked out by the cops and he died and was saying, I can't breathe. That was around the same time. So you, like, the bars circle and everything was like in that time period. Conceited had a crazy line about we never seen the blue in you. Like Beyonce, like B Magic had some other crazy lines. It was a very crazy battle. We got the link in the description. Make sure you check that battle out. Y'all gonna have to tell me who got they mic crushed. On the platform, we gonna have to give it to who we give it to, but y'all comment in the comment section, let me know who y'all think won. Crush mics, who we got. Oh, sorry, I'm petty. We know what B Magic at. One of them guys. We gotta give it to B Magic. Oh. And that's the show. That's the show this week, man. I need for y'all to keep it on swivel. I got a new single coming out with BoFat, great super producer in Germany, called True Love. That's going to be on all streaming platforms on March 27th, my C-Day. Cake! We going to be promoting that joint all the month of March and getting y'all excited and anticipated for that joint popping. We got the Cake and Bolts on deck. That is one of the best projects. It's probably the best project that I've done, period. Shout out to Solly. Shout out to Jix Diamonds. The Cakeonomic, is still going crazy on all streaming platforms. Cloud Chase is doing well. We almost to that 5K. Not really. We just hit 4. But it's okay. It's okay. We still climbing. Your boy Cake on Spotify. Make sure you check me out on there. Check me out for that, because I'm going crazy on there. And till next week, to the next show, man, we appreciate y'all. Make sure you support battle rap. Make sure you ask for the right battles. Make sure y'all following Hip Hop is Real. Shout out to Knowledge. Make sure you're doing everything to bring the culture back to the way it needs to be. And more than anything, make sure y'all showing love, y'all increasing love, and spreading love. Till the next week, Crush Mics. Cake.